see. How this cute kid requesting you to subscribe this channel. Pretty please. Every year, exciting movies come out to enthrall the audience. 2022 is also not different from that. From big blockbuster films, to low budgets, but rich in plots and emotions were out for the audience in this year. Here DT and DD try to index the top 10 movies list from an average viewer's perspective. We all like different types or genres of movies, which extract all sort of emotions from us as audience. But here we focus on realistic plots than the superhumans, animations and multiverse. The list starts from number 10 movie, and ends with number 1. Besides we give a reference to the other honorable mentions also. Number 10, Emily the Criminal. Emily the Criminal is an American crime thriller film, written and directed by John Patton-Ford in his feature film debut. It stars Aubrey Plaza and Theo Rossi. In a very short guest role, Gina Gershon is also there.
Thank you too. Excuse me.
Aubrey Plaza plays the lead role as Emily, who is burdened with student debt, and locked out of the job market due to a minor criminal record. Desperate for income, she takes a shady gig as a dummy shopper, buying goods with stolen credit cards provided by a middleman named Yosef played by Theo Rossi. Faced with a series of dead-end job interviews, Emily soon finds herself attracted by the quick cash and illicit thrills of the shady business, that pulls her into the criminal underworld of Los Angeles, ultimately leading to deadly consequences.
How do we know the cards work?
You don't. That's the hard part. You have to trust me.
This film got a good plot and nice momentum. Josh Patton-Ford has done a good job for a debut venture. Aubrey Plaza done a terrific work as the lead role.
Hey, hey!
Number 9, The Woman King. The Woman King is a historical action drama film about the Agojia, the all-female warrior unit that protected the West African kingdom of Dahomey during the 17th to 19th centuries. Viola Davis playing the lead character in this film. This is directed by Gina Prince Bythewood and written by Dana Stevens, based on a story she partnered with Maria Bello. The film also stars Thusum Bedu, Lashana Lynch, Sheila Odium, Hero Fine Stiffen, and John Boyega. The film is based on the Kingdom of Dahomey, which was a West African kingdom located within present-day Republic of Benin, that existed in 17th to 19th centuries. The growth of Dahomey coincided with the growth of the Atlantic slave trade, and it became known to Europeans as a major supplier of slaves. As a highly militaristic kingdom constantly organized for warfare, it captured children, women, and men during wars and raids against neighboring societies, and sold them into the Atlantic slave trade in exchange for European goods. Other remaining captives became slaves in Dahomey, where they worked on royal plantations and were routinely mass executed during the festival celebrations known as the annual customs of Dahomey.
To the victor! God bless you. You are the strongest warriors in Africa. Welcome to the King's Guard.
This movie has so much depth, emotions and action. This film has a good plot and maintains a nice pace. Although the dialogues are in thick African accent, the emotions are perfectly expressed by all the main characters, because the story and screenplay is impressive. Viola Davis is a performer always. Here also it is no different. She very well portrayed the leading character's inner demons and her struggle to overcome them. Thusum Bedu as the illicit daughter done a wonderful job. Lashana Lynch as Izogi also impressive. The villains in this film seem very intimidating. Last, but not the least, the action scenes are remarkable and hands down to the fight sequences with all the ladies performing impressive stunts. Number 8, Hustle. Hustle is an American sports drama film directed by Jeremiah Zawagar, from a screenplay by Taylor Materin and Will Fetters. The film stars Adam Sandler in the leading role. NBA player in real life Juancho Hernan Gomez is the other protagonist. The other attractions are Queen Latifah, Ben Foster, Robert Duvall, Heidi Gardner, and Anthony Edwards. Basketball legend LeBron James acts as producer through a Spring Hill Company banner.
Never back down.
Yes, sir. I won't.
After being fired, a pro basketball scout, Stanley Sugarman, played by Sandler, is excited for the first time in a long time, when he fortunately discovers Spanish amateur player Bo Cruz, played by Hernan Gomez, playing in a park outside Madrid. Fueled with newfound objective, Stanley makes it his mission to groom this young discovery for the NBA, as he believes the novice can make it big. Not only the young one, he himself can make it and find success and happiness again in his life. This is a good and touching story told perfectly, with remarkable performances by Sandler and actual NBA star Juancho Hernan Gomez. We are surprised by the performance by Juancho, because he decently pulled it off for a sportsman. You have to accept the fact that Adam Sandler is a versatile actor because usually we see him in his funny avatars. But here he remarkably pulled it off as a sad, emotional but in control and witty personality effortlessly. You'll also see a bunch of other NBA players and celebrities.
Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. The doctor made us.
There is no boring moment in almost 2-hour runtime. The story and screenplay is good. The pacing and emotions are impressive. This film is certainly one of the better sport dramas we have seen in a long time. But one thing is there. His pairing with Queen Latifah. The chemistry is not up to the mark. In fact, it is not there at all.
Stanley, it's not about the last play. It's about the next one, right?
That's if you're in the game, T. I wasn't even in the game.
Number 7, Barbarian. Barbarian is an American horror mystery thriller, written and directed by Zach Cregger on his debut. Georgina Campbell plays the leading role in this film. Other attractions are Bill Skarsgård and Justin Long. The plot is like this. A woman comes to a remote town for a job interview, which is next day. She has to stay overnight in a rental house, which she booked online. But she comes to know that the house has been mistakenly double-booked and a strange man is already staying there. Against her better judgment, she decides to stay the night anyway, but soon discovers that there is much more to be afraid of inside the house than the other house guest.
So, where are you staying while you're in town?
Oh, an Airbnb.
Oh, that's nice. Whereabouts?
It's in Brightmoor. You know where that is?
What?
Yeah, you know it?
Are you kidding?
Well, I mean, yeah, it seems a little rough. But...
No, you shouldn't be there.
This film is masterfully directed for a novice. We like it because there is not much creep and disgust in it for a horror film. Most of the horror film directors like to show lots of creep, crap and disgusting things, and lots of half-wit audience like that also. Most of the part, the film keeps the viewer in anxiety and suspense. It always shows us just enough in each shot that we're left wondering about what's lurking in the empty space on the frame. Though, Barbarian offers a chilling and consistently unpredictable thrill ride for horror fans, it's not all that good. The climax looks a little bit awkward, it should have been done much better. As far as the performance is concerned, Georgina Campbell's performance is very good. But Bill Skarsgård is remarkable in a mysterious way in his short role. Zach Cregger, anyway, deserves accolades as a debut director. Number 6, She Said. She Said is an American biographical drama film directed by Maria Schrader, and written by Rebecca Lenkiewicz, based on the 2019 book of the same title by New York Times reporters Jodi Kantor and Megan Twohey. The film stars Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan as the protagonists. Other attractions are Patricia Clarkson, Andre Braugher, Jennifer Ely, and Samantha Morton. Also in this film, Ashley Judd appearing as herself.
Seriously did not get, and I know today that it was Harvey making a phone call.
The plot is, reporters Megan Twohey and Jodi Kantor break one of the most important stories in a generation, a story that helped to ignite a movement and shattered decades of silence around the subject of sexual assault in Hollywood.
Hi. We were just in the neighborhood. We're from the New York Times. I believe you used to work for Harvey Weinstein.
The plot is like this. In 2017, New York Times reporter Jodi Kantor receives a tip that actress Rose McGowan was sexually assaulted by producer Harvey Weinstein. McGowan initially declines to comment, but later calls Kantor back and describes an encounter in which Weinstein raped her when she was 23. Kantor also speaks with actresses Ashley Judd and Gwyneth Paltrow, who described their own sexual encounters with Weinstein, but both requested not to be named in the article for fear of career blowback. Frustrated by a lack of progress in her ensuing investigation, Kantor recruits Megan Twohey to help with the topic. Both starts a very difficult journey to find out the truth. It is not an overstatement that this media investigation and its outcome as articles about Weinstein had not only impacted Hollywood, but the corporate world in general.
I can't believe you found me. I've been waiting for this for 25 years.
She said is an incredible real-life drama that handles the subject elegantly with unearthed facts, which unleashes scathing criticism of Hollywood, its abuse of power and the lengths it goes to protect the wrong people. The pair Carey Mulligan and Zoe Kazan done a wonderful job as leading characters. Their chemistry as ideal colleagues is very strong and they bring so many layers to the characters. The film is also full of excellent support performances that leave a lasting impression, particularly Samantha Morton, Jennifer Ely, Andre Braugher, and Patricia Clarkson. Maria Schrader's direction is amazing. Considering this real-life subject, this is directed as a mix of drama and documentary. But is very subtle and the film got the right emotions and momentum to intrigue the audience.
I worry about whether it makes a difference. These women spoke out against Trump and he still became president.
Number 5, Elvis. Elvis is an American biographical film directed by Baz Luhrmann, written by Luhrmann, Sam Bromell, Craig Pierce, and Jeremy Donner. Austin Butler done a leading role as Elvis and Tom Hanks as his manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Other attractions are Olivia DeJonge, Helen Thompson and Richard Roxburgh.
I didn't take my boy away from nothing. He was running from the day he was born.
Elvis follows the story of legendary rock and roll star Elvis Presley, seen through the eyes of his controversial manager Colonel Tom Parker. The film explores Elvis Presley's highs and lows, and the many challenges and controversies he received throughout his career.
You know, Colonel, I would do anything to make sure my mama and daddy never have to live in no poverty ever again. Mama, it's gonna turn out so good.
This film is reasonably good. The duration of the film seems very long, but to present a biopic decently, that much time is not enough. Baz Luhrmann directed it reasonably well. The depiction of this iconic character, Elvis Presley, is complex and entangled in a duality between being ultramodern and almost historical in nature. The creators of this film done justice to that. At times it seems a mix of documentary and dramatization, but it is very subtle and doesn't lose the cinematic experience.
Never met anyone like you.
I hope not. So, what is Natalie Wood like?
She's nice.
The protagonist Austin Butler is as close to Elvis as you can get. You can't demand any better performance. His mannerisms, movements and musical performances really come close to Elvis. The recreations of the time periods, concerts and movies are so well depicted. But the legendary actor Tom Hanks as Colonel Tom Parker, we are not impressed by him. His makeup, expressions and emotions are a little bit over the top, and it seems like he wants to hover over Elvis and steal the scene. Olivia DeJonge as Elvis' wife Priscilla and Helen Thompson as Elvis' mother Gladys done their role brilliantly.
Now bring in the Kung Fu Spectacular. What? Kung Fu?
If you ever take a trip down to the ocean.
Number 4, The Banshees of Inisherin. The Banshees of Inisherin is a tragicomedy film written and directed by Martin McDonagh. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson play the lead roles. Other attractions are Kerry Condon and Barry Keoghan.
Been rowing? I don't think we've been rowing. Sounds like you've been rowing. It does sound like we've been rowing.
Set on a remote island off the west coast of Ireland, The Banshees of Inisherin follows lifelong friends Podrick, played by Colin Farrell, and Colm, played by Brendan Gleeson, who find themselves at an impasse when Colm unexpectedly puts an end to their friendship. A stunned Podrick, aided by his sister Siobhan, played by Kerry Condon, and a half-wit young Islander Dominic, played by Barry Keoghan, endeavors to repair the relationship, refusing to take no for an answer. But Podrick's repeated efforts only strengthen his former friend's resolve, and when Colm delivers a desperate ultimatum, events swiftly escalate, with shocking consequences.
He was nearly the size of a dwarf. That's the truth. Well, here's a fly on it. Oh, yeah. How do, Porrick?
Sit somewhere else.
Huh?
But I have my pint there, Colin.
He has his pint there, Colin, from when he came in and ordered his pint before.
No.
Okay. I'll sit somewhere else, so.
Martin McDonagh done a good job in portraying the sudden and unexpected fallout of a friendship in a funny and painful way. The picture often depicts the unbearable and tense standoffs in a comic but heartbreaking way.
You used to be nice, didn't he not? And now, do you know what you are? Not nice.
Ah, well, I suppose niceness doesn't last then, does it, Porrick?
Colin Farrell delivers one of the best performances of his career, with his blunt naivety slowly transforming into anger. Brendan Gleeson as Colm is incredible, with his mature, calm nature and some philosophical justification to defend his seemingly harsh decision. Kerry Condon delivers an incredible performance as caring and protective sister of Colin Farrell. Also Barry Keoghan portrays his character as an innocent, foolish person very well.
I best go over there and do whatever that thing over there I was gonna do was.
Number 3, 13 Lives. 13 Lives is an American biographical survival film, based on the Tham Luang cave rescue in Thailand, directed and produced by Ron Howard, from a screenplay by William Nicholson. The film stars Viggo Mortensen and Colin Farrell in the lead roles, with Joel Edgerton and Tom Bateman in supporting roles.
Foreigners dying in the caves is not a good look.
We won't die. I have zero interest in dying. How about you, John?
Yes, I am.
This film portrays the journey of 12 boys and their soccer coach getting stuck inside a cave in northern Thailand. After a football match, the kids does a small expedition inside the big cave. However, the monsoon comes early and they trapped inside the cave, which is heavily flooding. Experts from Thai Navy and outside the country volunteer in the rescue operation, and eventually people from all over the world watching this rescue operation. The operation has so many challenges because of the complex terrain inside the cave. The questions are, whether the boys are still alive? Can the rescuers find them inside the cave? If they do, how the rescuers can get the boys out in time, wade through water, before they run out of oxygen. Ron Howard done a good job as the director. As per the nature of this real-life incident, the story is more action-packed than of dialogues. This is a multilingual film, and half of the picture is spoken in Thai language. When the foreign rescuers comes in the frame, we can hear English. The rescue operation is remarkably suspenseful and gives the viewers lots of tension-packed moments. The main characters, Colin Farrell and Viggo Mortensen, done amazing job as thoughtful and caring foreign rescuers, excellently complemented by Joel Edgerton as a Metacomb rescuer. Tom Bateman also done a good cameo. The way the film is made makes you feel like you're actually inside the cave with the rescue operators. The other touching scenes are the emotions of the boys' parents, stressful local authorities, and people from all walks of life volunteering for the rescue in their own way. Especially farmers who give up their crops so water can pump in those fields and prevent water from going into the cave.
No, sir, it's not about your divers. We brought a man out on our first dive, but he completely panicked, almost drowned.
This film is all about coming together and work smarter and harder for a great cause, saving 13 lives. After watching the movie as a viewer, you will definitely get good vibes. Number 2, All Quiet on the Western Front. All Quiet on the Western Front is a 2022 epic anti-war film. The original title is in German language, named as Im Westen nichts Neues, based on the 1929 novel of the same name by novelist Erich Maria Remarque. This film is directed by Edward Berger. Felix Kammerer stars in the leading role, well supported by Albrecht Schuck, Daniel Brühl, Sebastian Hulk, Aaron Hilmer, Edin Hasanovic, and David Strizo. The story follows teenagers Paul Baumer and his friends Albert and Mola, who voluntarily enlist in the German army, riding a wave of patriotic fervor that quickly vanishes once they face the brutal realities of life on the front. Paul's preconceptions about the enemy and the rights and wrongs of the conflict soon crumble. However, amid the countdown to armistice, Paul must carry on fighting until the end, with no purpose other than to satisfy the top brass's desire to end the war on a German offensive. Definitely, the picture remarkably portrays how the initial patriotic enthusiasm and war cry eventually crumbles, once you come face to face with the naked realities of the war. So many scenes remind you the futility and brutality of war, and how it affects individuals, families and a generation as a whole. Edward Berger done a wonderful job as the director. The battlefields and fights look so authentic and we feel like we are struck in it. The climax of the film is a gem of its kind. It makes you so sad that the surviving soldiers are about to go back to their homes after an agreement between both warring parties. But as per the agreement, few hours left to put down the weapons, but a German warmonger general was adamant on ending the battle on a winning note. This film portrays the soldiers' despair situation so beautifully. Felix Kammerer done superb acting as the lead character. All types of emotions going through him, and it was very evident for the viewers. The other supporting actors are also done excellent job. In short, this movie should not be missed.
Cut!
Help!
Other honorable mentions. Everything Everywhere All at Once. This is an outstanding movie but will disintegrate the brains of an average user. The plot centers on a Chinese-American immigrant, played by Michelle Yeoh, who, while being audited by the IRS, discovers that she must connect with parallel universe versions of herself to prevent a powerful being from destroying the multiverse. Avatar: The Way of Water. This James Cameron film is visually stunning. This is the sequel of the film Avatar came 13 years ago. The plot is, Jake Sully lives with his newfound family formed on the extrasolar moon Pandora. Once a familiar threat returns to finish what was previously started, Jake must work with Neytiri and the army of the Na'vi race to protect their home. The Batman. This Batman movie is not bad. When a sadistic serial killer begins murdering key political figures in Gotham, Batman is forced to investigate the city's hidden corruption and question his family's involvement. The Menu. The Menu is a 2022 American dark comedy horror thriller film directed by Mark Mylod. Ralph Fiennes plays the lead role as a celebrity chef. The plot is like this. A young couple travels to a remote island to eat at an exclusive restaurant where the chef has prepared a lavish menu, with some shocking surprises. Downton Abbey: A New Era. Downton Abbey: A New Era is a 2022 historical drama film and the sequel to the 2019 film Downton Abbey. The Crawley family goes on a grand journey to the south of France to uncover the mystery of the Dowager Countess's newly inherited villa. Bullet Train. Bullet Train is a 2022 American action comedy film directed by David Leitch. The film stars Brad Pitt as Ladybug, a former hitman who must battle fellow assassins while riding a bullet train. The chaos inside the train is so entertaining. Nope. This is a 2022 American science fiction horror film written, directed, and co-produced by Jordan Peele. After random objects falling from the sky result in the death of their father, Ranch-owning siblings OJ and Emerald Haywood attempt to capture video evidence of an unidentified flying object with the help of tech salesman Angel Torres and documentarian Antlers Holst. And here comes the number one. Top Gun, Maverick. Top Gun, Maverick is a 2022 American action drama film directed by Joseph Kosinski and written by Aaron Kruger, Eric Warren Singer, and Christopher McQuarrie from a story by Peter Craig and Justin Marks. The film is a sequel to the 1986 film Top Gun. Tom Cruise reprises his starring role as the naval aviator Maverick. The film also stars Val Kilmer, Miles Teller, Jennifer Connelly, John Hamm, Glenn Powell, Lewis Pullman, and Ed Harris. In the film, Maverick confronts his past while training a group of younger Top Gun graduates, including the son of his deceased best friend, for a dangerous mission. Hey! Take note, new filmmakers, this is how to do a blockbuster film. This is an awesome action drama film, which surpasses the quality of the original film, Top Gun, made in 1986. It is an amazing thrill ride, where audiences gasping for air with its excellent aerial dogfight scenes. Tom Cruise as Maverick done an amazing role. Confronting emotional incidents of the past, meeting near and dear ones after a long time, interacting with the new crop of generation, doing impeccable action scenes. He is just effortless. In fact, the 1986 original film launched Tom Cruise as an action star.
Are you mad at me?
Oh, Pete. I can never stay mad at you. That's the problem.
The script is decent and fast-moving. It is supposed to be directed by Tony Scott but couldn't due to his sad demise. But Joseph Kosinski nailed it and made an amazing blockbuster film. Majority of the action scenes seems realistic and logically practical, which makes it awesome. You should be seeing this film on the biggest screen with great sound quality.
You have to shoot me down or else. Or else what, sir? Or else I shoot back.
The cast ensemble is great. Jennifer Connelly is playing Maverick's past love interest. Miles Teller as Rooster is impressive. Such as Glenn Powell as Hangman, John Hamm as Cyclone, Monica Barbaro as Phoenix, Lewis Pullman as Bob, Charles Parnell as Warlock. Val Kilmer as Iceman seems really physically sick in the movie. Comparing to the original version, he doesn't have much to do in this film. Ed Harris also have a small role in this film as Rear Admiral Chester Kane alias Hammer. Whether the role is small or big, Ed Harris is a performer.
And despite your best efforts, you refuse to die. You should be at least a 2-star admiral by now, if not a senator. Yet here you are. Captain.
Top Gun Maverick is the best film of the year. Amazing action sequences that looks authentic, is cinematic, loud and big. Okay. Better watch it in the big screen. So this is Layman's Top 10 Movies list of 2022. This is our opinion. People think differently and have their own opinion for sure. So guys, kindly write your top 10 movies list of 2022 in the comments section. Wish you all the very best for year 2023.
Pretty please.